It
Hello.
says leave studio, stay in studio, radio.
Hello. I'm Orlando
All right.
Zabel.
And I'm Kaz.
Hi.
And we're
And
here
today we're going to talk to you about how to format your movie.
on Late Night Right.
You got it. So, to start with, the reason for formatting. If you, in the film space, the layout of the format is set up so basically 1 page equals 1 minute. And that way, you can calculate how many minutes this movie should run. And because that way, everybody knows what's going to set up where. With all the different elements of formatting, which, well, there aren't a whole heck of a lot of them, but what you have is important to be there because it gives critical information to anybody who's working on it, from sound people to camera to carpenters who have to build sets to, background people to, well, literally everybody who's working anything on the script prior to filming. What do you think, guys?
Well, I'm definitely having a technical problem at the moment. So bear with us. Oh, right, you're speaking. Yeah. However, we're here for you all out there. And Orlando, she's going to tell us everything about, well, formatting, screen formatting, which is a whole lot different than book writing. So,
Very much different, yes.
anyway,
And it's even
we are.
different from stage writing, and it's different from TV writing.
I have a sound problem. I can't understand Orlando. So it's time for you to laugh. Yeah, that's right. Not a nervous one, but yeah, go for it. However, the sound is coming in and out for me, so bear with it. Okay, so when you give me an instruction, you might have to tell me twice.
That's okay.
Okay,
That's okay.
but we're here for you. Yeah.
So maybe share the script and we'll get into it.
All right. Now, okay, screen share. Well, we should be talking. Dead air is not good. All right.
Yeah, we'll take you through some of the pages and show you the elements in the script. And we'll start on the title page. There we
And there
go.
we are. All right.
Yep.
Page 1.
And here you have, right at the very beginning, you have the title of the script, Assassin 101. You're going to leave a space, and you get to do bye, and then leave another space, and then write in your name. Which is pretty simple. Or this would be where you would, if there's yourself, another, and maybe a third person, you would add them all in sequence there. Now, if you go to the bottom of this page, you put us to the bottom of the page. Yes.
Are we moving on?
Yep, to the bottom of the page. Okay. Now, right down here in the bottom left hand, there. No, I'm on that page still.
Sorry, I'm not understanding anything. It's all garbled.
On the title page at the bottom.
Yes. We are there.
At the bottom corner.
Yeah, there's
There.
nothing here.
Yep. See,
This
now
is
down
where.
here on the left hand side of the bottom of the page is where you're going to put all your contact information. Now that's these days, I don't know if you need your address anymore, but you would be putting in your email address for certain. If you have more than one, then that would be a bonus. If you have a company name, that's where it would go. And that leads us to the page. Okay, now, right here, fade in. Nothing starts until you fade into the movie. That's literally the first thing. You can't get away from that. If you don't fade in, nothing happens. In the second line here, we have exterior, high-rise rooftop. And it could be interior, but it couldn't be rooftop. It would have to be interior of an office building, but you use one or the other. Now, some people, they go ahead and they use interior/exterior. And that is, you're inside, but you're following, and the camera off follows you right out from an interior to an exterior, or from an exterior to an interior. All right, so the second component is your physical location, whether it's a house, a street, in this case, a rooftop, literally anywhere. It could be in the middle of the ocean, it could be in a tunnel, it could be anywhere, right? And then we need to know what time of day or night it is. If you have specifics, like it has to be in that magic hour of dusk, you can write that in as dusk, not as magic hour.
Yeah.
And in this particular case, because there are time differences, this one says present. Now, if we can go down to page 15. Next page, Kaz. Okay. What do we got? We got to go down to on monitor. There we go. Right down here. Right here, as it is right now, this is an error, because I did not lay that out properly. So Kaz is going to fix it for us while we're talking about it. Because when it's on monitor, this is a physical action. All capitals, please.
Sorry.
And then you're going to give it a colon to separate it from what's happening. And oops, capital A. There we go. And this is the only thing you're going to see, is a physical countdown on a computer monitor that just says 40 hours, 11 minutes. 40 hours, 11 minutes. Right? That's it. And thank you for doing that fix for me, Kaz.
No, you're welcome.
Okay.
I could hear you then. It was great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's clearing up now for a while, so hopefully.
Oh,
fingers crossed.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, next page down.
Okay. I could have
Well,
scrolled.
it's just the next page.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, no. I'm going, what am I doing?
Okay, right
All
here,
right. What are we
where it
doing
says
here?
Saturday. It says Saturday,
Saturday. Yes.
7:37 a.m. Now on here, what we need to add, because this is going to be superimposed on your screen, regardless of
Oh,
what's
yeah.
happening. You have
Super.
Oscar is caught, and you're going to see the superimposed Saturday, 7:37 a.m. So you need to have super, which tells them to superimpose it on the film at the same time as the actions are happening. And as you can see, now we have on monitor again.
Sorry.
Yeah, the next line says on monitor, and the countdown reads now it's 34 hours and 23 minutes. See, this is one of these things that has to be fixed through the whole script. I have to go through and capitalize on monitor, add the colon, and on this one I would capitalize countdown. Oops.
Yeah.
You got your cap lock on,
eh? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So there we have now we're at 34 hours and 23 minutes. So things are happening quickly, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're inside an office building. And specifically with a comma breaking it in an elevator. And this is morning. Now the difference between let's see, that one and that one is this one is an interior. The original one was an exterior. But now what we're dealing with is things that are happening within this particular office building. So you have the elevator, and then you have Benderlon's office, which is one of the characters in the script. And as we go down, you will see a few other locations that are within this particular office building.
Just checking.
Just checking? Okay.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, well, it happens, it happens.
I know. All the time with me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
so
right.
if you would like to take me down to the next one, which is 39.
Page 39. You talking about
Yes,
page
please.
numbers?
Yes, 39.
Okay. And voila.
Okay, and we'll right here now we have an additional thing that's on the header. Oops. Okay. So you have interior, Angel's house, kitchen. It's daytime, but it's a flashback. Now, one word of warning about flashbacks.
I know, I hate them.
if you don't use it in a way that furthers your script, don't use them.
That's right.
But because of what's happening in the script at this particular time, this is important because it shows things that she had done a long time ago, like back when her kids were just little. That, and a reason why certain things are set up a certain way in her house, how she likes it, and why she has specific things. And how it started and how long ago her being as an assassin has been happening. Right? Because the last thing you want is a flashback that literally pulls everybody out of the story that they were watching, that has nothing to do with exactly what's happening exactly at this time in the script. Alrighty. And as you can see here, just for an example, younger angel 30 is at the center counter with baby Hannah on her hip. Now you're giving descriptions of two people. Oh, you moved it all.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are we at the place where you want to be?
Yes.
This is your setup. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Go for it.
Right. And then, well, that, this is just part of the writing physical writing process, where if you're going to do something like a flashback, we do have to know exactly how old they are in the flashback. And if there's anything different about them at that age, we've got to state it, because otherwise nobody's going to know. Right? They're just going to assume same type of personality, same type of clothing, same look, everything, right? But if it's a different time, different age, then we have to specify it so that we know that either a younger version, an extra, or another actress would have to come in to play the younger part, unless, of course, the actors themselves can pull it off. Alrighty. So that takes us down to page 40.
We're there.
Alrighty. Now we're going to the return to scene. Right there. It's right there. Okay. Now your flashback is all finished. You've done it all. You buttoned it up, you can't just go jump into another scene. You have to physically end that time period. And the only way to do that is to say return to original scene. And that's what return to scene means, which it means you go right back to where the last scene had ended prior to the flashback. Because you pretty much you're better off to do it that way than to jump it into a different scene altogether, because then you lose continuity. It's like you have to finish that scene. Like if there was no flashback, it would just be all put together. It's also part of the same scene, right? But the flashback filled in tons of details that would never have been there, and nobody would have known unless you did the flashback in the first place. And, reason why she doesn't want to get rid of this piece of, kitchen counter, appliance type of thing, because she specifically altered it so it has other ways of doing things. So now we are going to go on to page 53. And this is where Kaz gets to have some fun, because we're going to go right. Yeah. Just go up just a little bit so that people can see what it is.
Ah, right.
Okay.
Oscar,
not that far up. Not that far up.
Angel, Robbie, Kessler, Oscar, and Angel. You want me on Angel?
Yeah. No. Let's take a look.
Oscar.
Let's take a look at this first. Let's just take a look at this first. Now we have, because of what Kessler has said, Oscar and Angel are both saying to shut up, and they're both saying it in the same kind of way. They really don't want this to be said, right? So this is taking up 3 lines longer than it needs to take up in the script. Now, because you got to remember, the number of pages is the number of minutes, right? So what Kaz is going to do is she's got her cursor there going on Oscar, right at the beginning of Oscar, and she's going to go up here, and in the Format tab on your screenwriting program, you're going to, especially on Final Draft, you're going to go down here, and it's going to say Dual Dialogue. Now, this does a neat little trick for us, if Kaz will show us. There you go. Because Oscar and Angel are yelling it at the same time, now it's literally at the same time. It no longer takes up 3 extra lines where you could be adding other details, right?
It also helps the actor, well, plural in this case.
Mm-hmm.
They speak at the same time.
Yes.
And they read the script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the way it was before,
that's right.
Oscar could have been said shut up and then Angel said shut up. But specifically, I want them to be saying it at the same time because they both feel that strong about it. It's just automatic instinct to do that.
Sorry. I've been good all this time. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Of course. Right. Okay. And then let's take us down to page 69.
You want to undo it? Yeah.
No, we want to keep it. We want to keep it.
Yeah, I know.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Showing that thing.
Yeah.
So it's Oscar. Okay.
Yep.
Next
Oscar and Angel both.
What are we on?
69.
69.
Mm-hmm.
We're there.
Okay, and here we want to be seeing what's happening with Susan here over at the travel agency at the same time as Angel in the house in the kitchen. And this is called an intercut. Now, this is something you see probably a lot more on TV scripts. Especially like in this particular case, it's them on the phone. They're talking to each other on the phone, and you want to see what each of them is doing at the same time while they're talking. Because both of them are doing other things. They're both doing whatever work it is they have to be doing. Right? So what we're going to do here, though, is because there's a few little bits that are missing, you want to go intercut and then colon. And then with interior Angel's house, kitchen day. So, and you always do that on the second person coming into the phone call. Because we were already in Angel's house in the kitchen daytime prior, and then the phone rings and it's inside the travel agency, and Susan is talking to Angel. So you wanted to add the travel agency side by side, seeing them both at the same time, doing it with Angel's kitchen here. And then from there, once we go, just scroll down a wee bit till we get to the next scene. There we go. And see that intercut, we can add end intercut after Dante says, I'll wait. Or we can just leave it as it is because we're going now to exterior school day. So that intercut would automatically end because it's not going back to just one or the other of the scenes that were within the intercut. Alrighty. Let's head her down to, well, basically the end. 97.
Well, something happened there.
Wow.
Yeah, I hit a 0 instead of a 9.
Oh, I see.
Oh, what's going on?
Then you got to hit go to.
I did say 97.
Yeah.
Go to. Boom.
Okay. Well, just hit
Alright.
this. Just hit the side scroll on the.
I'm already
and pull and.
there.
Oops.
I
There
know
we
how
go.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course when everybody is all done and everybody's hunky dory and the bad guys gotten taken care of and all of that good stuff,
Yeah.
you go to your transition in your character tab here. You where it says character on the side, right underneath the final draft logo. You hit that drop down button and you will see transition. You click on that and it'll give you your option to fade in or fade out. And this would be the time when you fade out.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you choose to, or if you have room on the page, as you can see here, there's barely room on the page, you can do 2 lines and then type in the end. And this can stay left justified as it is now, or it could be moved to the center. Either or. The whole point is just to break them up so they're not sitting there lined up. So they're not lining up with the fade out. And that would be the finish of the script. And that's all of the elements that were used within that particular script. There are still a few others, but not really in a spec script. If you're doing a shooting script, that's a different story. And normally it's the director and the script editor that are doing that. So these are basic. These are your basics. And keep it simple. Your header can only be 1 line. That's it. If you've got something longer than that, you've got to rename it. You have to call it something else, or you have to use a short form, or whatever works for you. Because you have to make sure everything fits on 1 line. Right? I mean, it's like doing a 1-pager. Well, you can't do 2 pages. It's called a 1-pager.
Oh, yeah. 1
right?
page.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. And the thing is, your headers, which literally are the most important thing when you come right down to your format, when you're all done writing it and you want to hook in your scene numbers, it's going to grab and hit every scene heading, and that is another purpose for the actual scene, for the headers, is for to be properly numbered, so that if you're giving it to somebody they can tell at a glance how many scenes there are in your script, right? They don't need to go through your whole script and count how many scene headers there are, because you just go to the last page and it'll the last
Mm.
you know the last one will tell you. So I guess you could stop sharing this now, I guess, if you like.
Cast
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Oh,
Kaz, you can stop
are we
sharing.
done?
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
yeah. You can stop sharing.
Hang on, I'll turn it off. Now. Get rid of it. Save bandwidth. Okay.
Yes,
Just
thank you.
yeah. And stop sharing.
Mm,
And we're back.
yeah, and you can hear again.
Yeah, the picture's still breaking up. So, with all the good fortunes of the gods above, will come through to you as a clear picture. But for me, it's like,
Mhm.
but I can
Okay.
hear you, that's all that counts for me. Yeah.
So, do you have any questions about formatting, Kaz?
Formatting questions. I think you've covered, everything. I'll put it this way: when I showed you my first script, I could only go from my own experience, and I
Mhm.
showed you the script, and the headers were a huge thing. What came after that was like I learned a lot from where's that book, the format book, for all the other little things that like the
Mhm.
intercut, all of that kind of
Oh, the
thing. The
screenwriters Bible? You mean
super,
the screenwriters?
yeah,
You mean the
yeah,
screenwriters Bible? Yeah.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, by
And
Trotter.
I mean, that was so helpful, really thick, and I couldn't have lived without it, Otherwise, I would have been pestering somebody else like Orlando, more Orlando. And I could, I thought that so valuable. And it was just a quick squeeze through, look through, and checked out every little thing from a full stop to a colon and all the rest of it, And that's
Yes.
important too,
Yeah,
I
it is.
found.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just kind of looking to see where is my screenwriters Bible. Yeah, I was going to grab it and
I
show it.
was too under. Oh shit! That went there. It is.
Um,
But I wasn't. I didn't want to go.
no, I'm
I
not.
can
I'm not.
imagine the mess. My room's a mess. So it
Yeah,
doesn't look that bad. If I go this way, you can't see that.
no,
And
it
if I
looks
go
pretty
that
good.
way, I'm being stupid now. Oh god.
Yeah.
All right, and there I was being sensible.
Well, the
Um.
I think most of the trick of this is knowing when to use
Yes.
some of the extra stuff, like super, right?
Mm, yes.
Because I mean, if you're I don't know, if you're doing a sci-fi movie and you've got a specific planet or galaxy or whatever that you're in, that would be one of those first things that exterior space type thing, and
Mm,
then you would have it like print up
yeah.
type of thing, such and
Mm,
such galaxy, this or a star year, or any pertinent information that you're really going to need to know
mm,
about where we are, because I mean space is big. You have to give us something, right?
yes,
And a lot of
that's
times
right.
doing it
Yeah.
superimposing like that can
Mm,
fill in a lot of details just with a simple line, you know
that's right. Yeah, so
or
much
just
information.
a placeholder, I think
Mhm.
might be the better word for it. But
Yes.
superimposing it on is
Yeah.
what works great. That would have been like
Yeah.
the Star Wars scroll down.
Mm,
That was superimposed. That was a super.
that's right. Yeah.
And it came right at the beginning. He said all this stuff, and then you got into the goodies, right?
The super for me is more information, which is
Yeah.
especially time stamps, if you like, for what
Yes.
year it's in. You can write it
Mm.
in the header, but when you see it on the screen, if you're at movies, and it, and again, you're almost in touch with the flashback thing, which I don't like. Personally, I
Yeah.
don't. But yeah, super with a time jump. I'll put it that way. A time jump is really important for me
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come out of the story and look at the very next cut, and you're trying to figure out, oh, they're wearing some different clothes. Look at their age. Why should I have to think that? you know? And I think, like I can do it, of course, but I prefer to have the super and says, oh, you're in 2000 year
Well,
1970 or something like that. I don't know if anybody's that
yeah, but
old.
even
But
stop and think about that also. If you didn't have that date up there, would you be pulled out of the story because
no,
somebody all of a sudden is dressed different and seems to be in a different place?
no, I think that works for me to read that.
Yeah, I know, but if it wasn't there,
Oh, right. Yes, yes.
if it
That's what I was
wasn't there,
saying.
I mean, the possibility is that whoever is reading it or watching it will get
Mm,
pulled out of the story, and that's the last thing you want to happen
That's
because
what was
then they
happening to me. Yeah.
because then you can't get back into the story.
Yeah. You're lagging behind, and then your brain is trying to catch up. I mean,
Mhm.
if it's really simple thing and you don't really need to read it, I mean, with some things that are
Mhm.
written,
Mhm.
I don't need it, the super,
Yeah.
but I think, sometimes I do. So
Yeah. Well,
that's down
especially
to the writer.
yeah, especially if it's anything historical. I mean,
Mm,
dates are critical,
exactly. Yeah.
really
Yeah.
critical.
Mm, yes.
I mean, because the date becomes part of um literally the location, the idea, the whole ambiance of the whole
Mm,
story.
yes. I find that okay, my immediate emotion is annoyance if I don't know. And I'm annoyed that
Yes.
you pulled me out of it, not me, because I never blame myself, of course.
Well,
Actually, I
you
lie, but
didn't make it.
no. I mean, when I write it, I do think of those things, and that's from my own experience, of course. And I could be wrong. For a lot of other people, they don't need it, but some do. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like the flashback is something different. What you
Yeah, it
said is
is.
correct. I'm 100% with you on those. I when I first started writing, I didn't know the value of it or being without it. And so I let it. I didn't. How can I say this? It now bothers me. And I've watched a lot of movies like everybody else. I roll my eyes. I go, oh, yeah, flashback. And I'm in the flashback, can't wait for it to get out of it. And your point was perfect in what you said is do not go and do a flashback unless it adds information to the
Yes.
current characters and story, all of that. So
That's right.
you're right. Mm.
And it has to be
What's the
it has
point
to
of it all? Yeah.
well, and it has to be believable of
Mm,
that character or those characters
mm,
that are within that flashback.
That's
and
right.
and
Yeah,
in the main scene.
exactly.
You know, and just use them sparingly.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
I have seen some really good movies where.
So have I, and I'm not
Mhm.
bagging that either because I think it has value. And I can't think of an example right now, but I do remember feeling it, and
Okay,
that was
well,
a good flashback. That's what I do as a writer. That was a good
well,
flashback. That was a
one
bad one.
way
Yeah.
one way to make
Mm.
sure a flashback works really good
Mm.
is, okay, you have your introduction of your character or characters.
Mm. Yeah.
You have a couple of scenes, and then the whole rest of the movie is a flashback that goes from the beginning all the way up
Mm.
to the point where they are now.
Mm. Yes. Yes.
Now
Yes.
that works,
That's
but
right.
still, but still, if what they're doing at the beginning is boring, do we want to go? Do we want to get there? Do we want to go back there and
Yeah.
find out how everything got boring?
Mm.
Right? I mean,
Exactly.
there
Yes.
should at least be something entertaining that happens at the beginning, right at the
Yeah.
beginning, and it's like,
Mm.
and it's then you go to the flashback that led to everything, all the things that happened to this big thing
Mm.
that happened at the beginning,
Mm. Yes.
right?
Yes.
But if it's small, if it, small, quiet, whatever, unless of course it's one of those, whoa.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
think.
believe we survived that, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
and then you go
Mm.
into the flashback that runs the whole gambit, or you just simply start the beginning at the beginning,
Mm. And tell the
and
story.
what you put in as a first scene is the
Yes.
last scene. That's
You
the
know what?
after. That's the after the climax scene,
Yeah.
right?
You know what I liked about one of your scripts before we started writing together, and I've read a lot of yours.
You have, yeah.
I liked what I did like, and I guess I don't know what the subject is right now, but well, we're there now.
Hmm.
Hang on. And you had that story about, was a sci-fi? Can't remember what it's about exactly, but I love the characters. You took them back. You started with whatever it was. I can't remember. But anyway, you put in photos, and the photos was a nice drift back to when they were kids because they're all together as adults, and you see them acting out whatever it is. And that told me straight away who's going to be the good guy, the bad guy, and the other one. Do you remember?
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah. But the photos was a great link, and back to the, and then I could bear that because that was the flashback, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a
Mm-hmm.
perfectly good one,
Yep,
So
yep.
that helped me to follow the story and all that. Well,
Yeah,
with
that
the
was
flash.
that was the one. What was it? Oscar never planned on becoming immortal today, but he did.
No,
That
yeah,
one.
yeah. I don't remember. I think the guy went down a hole and found I don't know, genes or something like that. I don't know, DNA.
Yeah,
Not sure.
yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one.
But I remember certain things when I read your script.
Mm. Well, and
And
that's the
even ours.
beauty.
I remember
But
those too.
that's the beauty. That's one of these. Everybody has, anybody who reads it or watches it is going to have
Mm,
their own special
yeah,
favorite thing that they
exactly.
like.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
and without, and hey, you didn't have this stuff in the headers, and you didn't have the action lines, and you didn't have the
Mm,
close up
mm,
on this or whatever the case.
yeah.
Then the viewers would have
Mm,
less special things if you don't
mm,
set things up so that everything um, stays cohesive. you know, and
Yeah.
does a good weave of all the different things going on all at the same,
Mm,
time, different places, and all this other good stuff.
exactly. Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
which of course every one of those is another header.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah, and even dual dialogue is one of those things that just I
Yeah.
would say
Do.
once in a script maybe,
Yeah. Yeah.
but if you don't have to do it, don't do it, because then it just gets irritating.
Just made me wonder: is it more likely to happen in a comedy if we're looking at genre?
I think it's more likely to happen if you're dealing with twins.
If what? What was that?
If you're dealing with twins,
Oh, well,
like
really?
if there's a set of
Yeah.
twins in your script, it's more likely that they're going
Yes,
to come with the
that's
same
right.
comeback.
We had
Just
twins.
because they're twins,
Mm.
right?
We had twins
That
singing
kind of.
from a fan.
Yep.
Do you remember that one?
Yep.
But yes, yeah, twins are more likely. But
Yeah, that's Mr. Forever. That's the one that one's in.
Mr. Forever,
You
yeah,
got it.
that's our script. Yeah, that's our second one.
Yeah.
Still good, by the way. Yeah.
Hey, that'll always be good.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun. Genre, horror, comedy,
Yeah.
horror.
Comedic.
I love some of those
horror.
scenes that stand out. You might forget so much, but a scene here and a scene there out of every story, not just ours, but anyone's, when you see a movie,
Yeah.
I remember.
And that's the way it should be. If you're not remembering anything about a movie, then that was a movie that was poorly written, because there's nothing to stand out. There's nothing to lend itself to people's memory. If it's just poorly done or poorly executed. I mean, it might have started out with a really good script, but whoever did, made changes on it or directed it or edited it later, it could have happened at any of those stages along the line.
Yeah, true. Yep.
Which is unfortunate, but there you go. That's all part of the industry.
Yeah, being a writer, hey?
So unless you're literally doing it all yourself, writing it, producing it, directing it, editing it, and distributing it.
Yes.
Somebody else is going to have a say in how it's done. If you sell your script to somebody, well, guess what? They can do whatever they want with it, because now it belongs to them. And you have no say. No say at all.
Yeah.
Which is fine and dandy. You got paid for it. That's the deal. That's the deal. Right?
That's the deal, yeah.
You're expecting to get lots of money for this thing being done, and you got to give up the rights to it to get all that money.
Yeah.
Unless of course you end up going in as a co-producer or whatever the case. There's always exceptions to the rule. It's all in the contracts. It's all in the contracts.
Right. Yes. Got that
and
right.
there is no such thing as a standard basic contract. They just say that so that you think everybody gets the same deal, and that's never the case. I mean, never the case.
That right, yeah.
Yeah. You can start with a standard contract, and then you sit down and you start making changes. Same as a script. Same as a script, You sit down, you start making changes.
Yeah.
You edit out the things that don't work for you, and you keep the things that do work.
Yeah. Oh, definitely that. Yeah. And and what I found is it's instinct with my screenwriting and my writing in general. You know what's going to work on the screen, and now I automatically go to everything, every idea I put into a story, a screen, script, and is it going to work on screen and everything. And the other thing is I always write for the camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
It has to be for the camera, not as a director necessarily. Nothing like that. Maybe it is a bit, but of course it is. Having said that,
well, the whole point.
Anything that you write has aimed at the camera, and then you do your action line for the camera, for example, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, basically, if it cannot be seen on the camera, it doesn't belong there.
That's right. Exactly what I was trying to say.
Then you need to go write a book.
Yeah.
Because thoughts in somebody's head, nobody can see them.
Yeah.
Lose
the praise.
I mean, hey, there was the movie Sideways, and all of it was in his head.
Oh, I love that.
It was all narrated in his head.
Yeah.
But again, that comes down to actual dialogue.
That was
in the
Rex
script.
Pickett, wasn't it? Who wrote that? Sideways? Is that one we talked about the other week? The wine expedition?
Yes, the wine tasting and
He's a nice guy,
Yeah.
And very, very nice.
Yes,
never met him in person, of course.
But all of those things that he was thinking in his mind all came out on the script as dialogue. As narrated. Narrated, and it's written like dialogue. Either way you look at it.
That's right. The one, Sideways that was his first script, and he won the Logies for best script.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Gotta like that.
2023, I think. 24 maybe. Who knows? I was in China then.
Okay,
I got a
then
DVD.
it wasn't. Then it wasn't in. It wasn't in the 20s. I'm sorry.
What, Sideways?
Sideways was more than 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, we're talking about a different movie then.
No, it's the same movie.
50 years ago. No,
Paul
I'm
Giamatti.
talking about...
Paul Giamatti is the main character.
Well, could have a look on IMDb. We do that all the time.
I will do that right now.
Okay, take a look. I may have the title wrong. Yeah.
That's possible. That's always possible.
Yes. There's a lot of titles of the same. Similar. And it's a lovely day here in Australia. It's a Sunday afternoon. In Canada, it is, what is it? I don't know, 10, 11 p.m. on a Saturday night. I know my voice is going on. Like, I feel like RFK Jr. gone wrong. He looks very, very different. I know in the car. But I don't know.
Wow, there's a whole pile of them here called Sideways.
Oh, really? How many? Oh, don't count. Do not count.
Okay. Yeah, 2004.
204. Right. Yeah, I don't know what I called it. I probably said 24. by mistake.
Yes, you did say 24. That's
Yeah,
what I was going.
which is
No, I
not
don't think
possible.
so.
I know, because that was only a year
So,
ago. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
21 years
for
ago. Yeah,
yeah.
21 years
Yeah.
ago.
How
Yep.
time flies. Look at us
And it's
now.
a comedy, drama, romance.
Yeah. That was that guy though. He's what do you call it? Straight face, worried guy. Oh, he plays a lot of those characters.
Oh
Guess
yeah,
what? I saw.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Forrest Gump again. You know,
Mm.
and I saw him there as a bit part, but he had lines. So I went, there he is. That's that guy we talked about. We like
Cool.
him. Yeah. And no, it wasn't Forrest Gump. I tell a lie. The Truman Story.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the Truman Story,
Yeah,
because I was going to
yeah.
say
I was going to say,
Forrest
yeah,
Gump. I
that was
wasn't
like
100% sure about that.
me
But
and dates and all that. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so he had a bit part. He had lines, and that was good. I keep watching uh, the Truman Story because it puts me to sleep at night. I love it.
Okay.
And it's something nice and pleasant, and I already know the story and all the rest of it. But it has a nicety about that story. Oh, and it's written by a New Zealander, and Peter Weir was the director. If anybody
Okay.
is into errata, errata,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Yeah, so I bought the script actually when I was in Hollywood, one of the times, 2006.
Oh,
Then I went
cool.
to Hal, screenwriting you with
Mm-hmm.
Hal. Yeah, and all the screenwriters we got together and met face to face. Hi to those out there. Hello. Yeah, met some very nice people and all
Pardon me.
that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
meandering down memory lane.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and the thing is, all these movies that we remember from when we were
Mm,
younger and when we were kids and everything else. I mean,
mm,
they all got formatted and laid out the same exact way,
mm, mm.
the exact same way. You
Yes.
know.
Mm,
So I mean, well, like I said, I learned TV formatting from a book that was from 1967.
yeah.
Because that's the only thing I could find in the library at that time. It's called,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
1999. There wasn't a heck of a lot of internet
Mm,
at that
mm,
time, so you had
yeah.
to find whatever you could get, you know.
Mm,
But
that's
that,
right. There was
but
nothing.
even that 1967
Mm,
TV writing book,
there
the
wasn't much.
formatting has not changed. It's still the
Mm,
it's still the same basic
yeah, I
form.
know.
You might
Yeah.
have you might have a colon instead of a dash, or something like, or
I,
instead of a comma.
yeah, I saw that.
That's
Yeah.
about
Mm,
it. The
mm,
formatting, I think more has happened in screenwriting programs
mm.
than has happened in the physical, building form,
On
programs that
page.
actually do um
Yeah.
kick up your as soon as you type ext
Mm,
period, it
mm,
brings up all all the prior places where you have
mm.
already you know had locations in your script, and
That's right. Yeah.
you can just pick one and then go off, whether it's day or night, right, or what
Mm,
room or
mm.
whatever the case, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And it has made screenwriting a lot easier.
Mm,
I
mm,
mean, because I used to write them all by hand, and then I typed them,
mm,
and
mm.
I typed them up
Yeah.
after I was done because I had everything all set up, all laid out, the
Yeah.
way it needed to be.
Mhm.
And then it was just straight typing after that. And once it's done, you're done,
That's right.
right?
Yes.
You know, so of course you had to know your spelling and all that because, yeah, when you're typing it on a typewriter, there
Mm.
there there is no back delete button.
Never did that. Yeah, never, ever.
You know?
Use a typewriter for script writing.
Oh yeah, but I write them all from by hand first.
I never did that either.
They,
I'm a tech
I,
freak. I
I to
have to have
brain.
a computer, but I
I know,
still
but that's you.
handwrite notes. I
Yep,
do handwrite notes because that's best for my memory.
for yourself. Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
For
self.
me,
Yeah.
it's the eye to brain to hand
Mm. Yeah.
contact.
Oh, definitely.
Like
Yeah.
I don't have to stop and think of headers. I don't have to stop and think of anything. I just write them
Oh, it comes
automatic.
automatically now. Yeah.
To me, yes. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. It's all automatic after a while. Everything is. It becomes. You can do it
Mm-hmm.
blind.
Well, yeah. And a lot of
With
times
headers especially.
when you're visualizing in your head, you're not paying attention to the paper.
That's right.
And with my luck on a keyboard, I'd move my fingers over one on the keyboard, and you would have gobbledygook. Nobody would be able to understand it, including myself. Right?
It's funny, when you're so used to the keyboard, we all are now, of course. I can feel it, I went, oh, wrong one. Even I don't have to look at the keyboard anymore for corrections and things like that. In the early days, it was like, Now I don't have to, but I can correct just about everything. I can watch it on the screen, of course. I'm just typing away.
Well, and the thing is, I don't watch the screen and I don't watch the keyboard because I've got this movie running in my head. That's what I'm seeing, and I'm just writing.
So what are you looking at? I mean, your eyes open or shut? You see something, right? Do you know what I mean?
Either I can have my eyes shut and I can be handwriting with my eyes shut. It doesn't make any difference.
I'm not reading the screen. I'm not reading the screen. I'm just gazing at it, of course. Because the brain does everything, right? As you said.
Well, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not paying
I'm not reading it.
I'm not paying attention. I'm not.
It's a typo. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not paying attention to anything in my periphery of view or sounds or anything else. Right. I'm zoned in. I see this. This is what I'm writing.
Yeah.
And you have to write it as fast as you're seeing it, or you miss stuff.
Yeah. When I was doing Santa Down Under, I was like that.
Yep.
Just crazy, and it was page after page after page. You just whacked out.
Well, that's right. When you're in that zone, you just go.
You just know the story. Yeah, it just brain.
And that's gonna be, hey. That'll be one of the things we're talking about is how your story comes together, because a huge part of it is if you know who your characters are, you can write just about any story with those characters.
Yeah. That's right.
But for today,
all right, we're gone over our hour.
Yeah, by a little bit.
Minutes.
Well, that's okay.
We don't care.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
It was great to be able to spread a little bit of data for the people. Anybody who's interested in writing screenplays, I mean, this is the place to be, and it'll
exactly.
We'll get you started from the ground up. After that, it's just invention and imagination.
Yeah, that's true. From concept to whatever, to screen.
Yeah.
So what are we doing next week, Orlando?
Next week, we will be going over the TV format.
All right. Episode 4. And you're on
You betcha.
episode
That's
3
what it'll
on
be.
Late Night Right. Yes.
Yes.
And you'll
And
be
thank you,
here.
everybody, for coming to have
Thank you
look
from me
see.
too. Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll be hearing from people in the chat.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, when you go to YouTube, because that's where we are, don't forget to click on the button that says live, because I couldn't find it last week because I never thought to click on live, the
Oh
word
yeah, when
live.
you're searching YouTube, yeah, just go to hit the live
After it
tab
went
and
down. That's right.
mm-hmm.
I kept waiting for it to download. I mean, talking about whatever, and I was looking in video, because we could see all the others lined up. And I was waiting for the next one to appear. And it
Yes.
didn't. And I thought, that's taking a bloody long time, And then only when you said, oh, yeah, live, we were live, I went, oh, of course. I had to
That's why you can't. That's
click
why
on
you couldn't find
live.
it in the
Yeah,
other ones. That's
I
right.
know.
It had to
That's
wait.
why I was worried that we wasted the time doing
Yep.
this. I still worry, but anyway, that's good.
Anyway, we'll talk to you all next week.
I'll
Have
see you
yourselves
next
a
week.
great one, and hey, happy writing.
And thank you. Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, as you said.